Sean and Chuck. This is the first time that Crosses has been in the 105.7 The Point studio, so I'm really excited to have you guys, especially on what I think is the nicest day of the year, clearly.
It's beautiful. Yes, beautifully slushy.
You guys brought this weather with you, no?
No, we just came from Cali. It's beautiful there.
Yeah.
Then this is ultra depressing then when you come
No,
in
it's
here.
actually cool. We like to get bundled up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You guys all look nice in your coats and hats
yeah.
and stuff like that. Winter's always a rough season for me. I don't really know how to... I don't dress myself for that, but you guys are giving me quite the example of what to do. I like that.
I got a
coat quite
suitcase
bit.
full of coats.
That's perfect. So you guys got a show tonight over at Pops. Have you guys, you enjoy the venue over there? It's right smashed in between two strip clubs.
I
It's
heard.
24 hours a day.
I heard.
Can't get into too much trouble there, right?
Yeah, right? I
Always.
mean, who goes there, though, at, 8 in the morning?
It's amazing, the people that are there. I can only say once that I've been there around 6 or 7 in the morning,
Okay.
embarrassingly enough.
Okay.
Just once. A lot. You know, it's funny. A lot of the bands that come through St. Louis that don't even stop to play here, they'll park their buses at the Pops because
Okay.
it's 24 hours and it's a venue, so they'll let them use the showers and whatnot. It's a
Okay.
kind of like
That
a
makes sense.
stop.
Yeah.
So I went to visit some friends early morning style, and I was like, ooh. The people who are in here at 7 in the morning, this is the pride of St. Louis right here.
Right on.
I'm
the
sure
east
that's
side.
why they stopped their bus there, just for the club, just for Pops.
That's exactly what it is. Tickets are $18, and we are all very excited to have you guys. And the album, the self-titled album,
Yes.
is going to come out in February. But the good news, and this is something that I just know, I have both the EPs, and they're available.
Yes.
So if you're just dying for the Crosses music and you're waiting until
Well,
February,
actually, they're not available. They were available.
you took them off.
Yes, we
iTunes?
did.
Why would you do
Well,
that?
because this man over here now. No, well, when we signed a record deal, see, at first we did the projects pretty much DIY. We put it out ourselves, but we signed with Sumerian Records, and when we did that, it became theirs. So now they own them as well as the 30p. So it will all come out together as one new released.
Well, I think the second to last time I saw you when you were here and playing at the pageant, I was really excited because you just signed a Sumerian.
Yes.
And I was like, Bermuda Locket from EP #1 is my ringtone.
Nice.
That was me.
Nice.
So, well, unfortunately, you guys have to wait till February.
Yes.
The epilogue is great. I love the video for Bitches Brew.
Awesome.
Did you guys do the whole video, the concept for that and everything?
Sean did a lot of it.
Yeah.
But a guy named Raul. What's Raul's last name?
Raul Gonzo.
Raul Gonzo.
Yeah.
Yes, and we just actually filmed a video for Epilogue
Good.
3 days ago or 4 days ago.
Yeah.
I
And
just
he
keep
did it as well.
checking on it and waiting for it because I want to post it because we're playing the
Cool.
epilogue and I want
Soon
people
come.
to connect, in social
Yeah.
media world to connect
Yes.
with
By
the
the
song
end
that
of the
we're
month.
playing.
But it's cool because right now he's kind of tying the videos together. So this video is sort of tied in with the Bitches Brew
Yeah.
video, and hopefully if we get to make more videos, we'll continue to do that. It's sort of had this pattern.
Well, I love the video, so I'll be excited for the second one. Now, the name Crosses, it's funny because I'm friends with some of your Sumerian friends, and whenever they text me, they're able to text me the 3 crosses, the symbol.
Yes.
I can't figure out how to do that. Can anyone tell me how to, on social media, is there like a
I
an
know on a
emoticon
Mac
I
it's
need or
Option
something?
T.
option
Yeah.
T?
I don't know if
On
it's
a
on
Mac, but on a PC, it's a little bit. It's something like control something 1 2 3 1 2 3 or something. I don't know.
Is that something you guys considered when you decided to use a symbol and then put the name in parentheses next to it for the most part? Was that
I think when these two approached me because we sort of had the project sort of brewing, no pun intended. We
Whoa.
we
just drop that pun?
yes,
Just
right?
drop that.
We initially had the name, or Chuck had the name, the Holy Ghost, and that was the initial sort of idea of what we were calling everything actually at the time as we were working on it, and then a group called the Holy Ghost or something like that, Holy Ghost or something, released a record like right around that time. So we needed a name, and I believe it was Sean. You came up with the crosses thing, and
just put
I
it on
pictured
the-
it written out. I didn't picture it with the crosses, but then when he showed me how to do it,
when
it
it
came
looks
out.
Symbols.
And
As
it
soon as I
looks
saw
so
the symbols,
cool.
That's when I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's.
It's 3 crosses, three guys.
I was too
Yeah.
nerdy to ask the guys from Sumerian, so how do I do this? But I guess I grew the
I have,
balls to ask you guys.
I have a shortcut on my iPhone where anytime I type 3 T's, it just corrects it.
Oh, I need to do that
Yeah.
because I've been trying to Facebook and tweet about it, and I'm like, so I just write crosses, and I, obviously try and tag your guys' Facebook, and then
Yeah.
it pops up with it. I'm like,
Yeah.
so I'm basically having to try and, but that's such a cool idea. So this project, what's the vibe like? I mean, I know I listened to it, and it's very just kind of heavier and very melodic. I really like it. But
Yeah.
how would you describe the vibe of this project specifically?
I don't know. It's nothing that, you know, like we didn't start the project with an idea of we wanted to make a group that sounded like this or like this. It basically, the songs sort of spawned from a lot of, you know, Chuck would send some ideas of, you know, it could be a few piano chords or something that he made from his bass on a MPC 2000 and like sort of sampled, you know, like, so these kind of sound like old samples, and a lot of it had this sort of, I don't want to say dark, but this sort of supernatural, I guess, overtones in a way, like kind of whatever with the music. And I think we just sort of naturally just sort of carried that vibe throughout the songs. I mean, the record itself is like I said, the music wasn't really made in an electronic way. I guess, you know, it wasn't like, you know, we sat in front of a computer and made the record. I mean, there was like a lot of real instrumentation on the record, but we did utilize a lot of, you know, software and synthesizers and drum machines as well as live drumming. So it's really a mashup of just a lot of sounds and things that we're into and we like, and, you know, us collectively, and that's what it is.
I think there's been a lot of pushback from people who don't really know how that's done when they hear sounds that are sort of electronic in songs, and they're like, oh, they're just going on here and they're just typing into the computer and it's popping out.
Yeah.
But you can tell in this music that it was done first on an instrument, and that it was processed, and that's the intention behind it. Kind of the way I feel, it reminds me a lot of the way that Trent Reznor in Nine Inch Nails uses technology for good, as opposed to just, I'm just going to type it in and it's just a program and it's going to spit it out.
There's plenty of vintage synths all over everything.
Yeah, and it sounds so good. I hope you guys don't take this as an offense, but I think the music is sexy. It's dark. It's kind of heavy. It's very, very moody.
Offended?
I really like it. It's something I just like put on and I sit in my house and just zone out to it.
Well, that's
so.
what you're supposed to do.
Mega congratulations. You guys are playing Coachella, and you get to play on the same night as Outkast headlines, and there's so many good Queens of the Stone Age. You guys are up there with some really amazing bands. But I gotta ask, this is not your first time on the big tour, the big festival stage, because you guys played Lollapalooza in Chile. What is it like being a newer band that doesn't really have, as of yet, an album out to play? You know what I mean? You didn't have the full length out when you guys played Lollapalooza Chile, and it's like, do people know us? Do you not? How's that feel to be on a big festival like that as a new band?
I mean, for me, it takes a little getting used to, because it's like I'm used to. I guess I shouldn't say that. That sounds a little arrogant, but I am used to like having people who know who I am, I guess. But like in Chile, that's a bad example because that was huge, and we had like a rabid fan base there. But Argentina,
the international
we played,
fans get on it way before we do.
Yeah. So we played this other show in Argentina on that same trip, and we played with the Foo Fighters, and it was Foo Fighters and I forget a couple of people. But
and Horses.
Yeah, Horses, MGMT. But it was the first time I guess Foo Fighters had played in
Argentina. Yeah.
So it was
huge.
It was it was a stadium, but like it was very awkward.
But everyone, I mean, everyone was waiting for them. I mean, really, you could. I mean, we had a pocket. There was a pocket of people that were. We looked over and you could see to the right, and there was.
They're
a bunch of people
together
with like crosses shirts, like homemade crosses shirts, and like
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome.
But Coachella would be cool. I mean, it's a little bit away still. The album will be out by then, so hopefully there'll be a little bit more. The word will be out a little bit more, and it'll be fun. I mean, hopefully our hope is that we play, even if we play a small stage. I'd like to play at night. I think this music lends itself to a nighttime
Have you guys
set.
gotten to go to Coachella before? Or have you experienced that festival?
I've never been, no.
Okay, it's the best festival I've ever been to. It's it's a 2-weekend thing. So I got to ask, this is my first time getting to ask a Coachella band, what are you going to do in the week in between?
I've been thinking about that. I don't know. We might stay there. We might.
It's do you rent Frank Sinatra's house in Palm Springs and just kick it rockstar style, or do you plan a couple small shows in little places around there?
Yeah, I'm
it's
not
close
sure
enough
at
to
this
LA
point.
to go home. Or...
Hopefully we do that, like play some other shows.
But there is a clause where we can't actually play any shows within a certain amount of time because of the Coachella thing.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, actually on the release, the record comes out February 11th, and so we can't even play in Los Angeles like for the release of the record. So I think we'll be probably in the East Coast. I'm thinking.
Oh,
at this point.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean,
but
yeah, there's a couple months before and after Coachella where you cannot play in the vicinity. I think San Francisco is like the closest you can play. I think.
That's not too far, right? A couple hours.
So we'll see. I don't know.
My geography isn't great.
I just moved away from Los Angeles. I live in Oregon now, so I'm looking forward to like going and like maybe I'll just go back and spend some time in Los Angeles for the week or something like that.
See friends,
see
family,
friends,
hang out, do that kind of thing.
Yes. Definitely.
I'm so jealous. This will probably be the first Coachella I haven't been in like 4 years. And you guys are on the bill.
Yeah,
it's
sure
like,
did.
you know, you see your favorite bands pop on the bill and you're like, oh, how do I not go to this? So that's really exciting. Cannot wait for the full length to drop. Obviously, you can still get the epilogue.
Yes.
And you can watch the video for Bitches Brew, waiting for the epilogue video to come out. Very excited about that.
Hopefully that'll be soon. We just finished it. We filmed it on Sunday, right? Sunday.
Yes.
So I'd say give it maybe 2.5 weeks, and hopefully
If not, I'm going to stalk down.
Yeah,
I'm
something
going to
out.
stalk down your folks tonight over at Pops Crosses. First performance in St. Louis, and
Yes.
we're going to make it huge. It's going to be awesome.
Awesome.
So.